In this video, guys, I'd like to show you a correct way of creating custom fields for the block editor, aka Gutenberg. And let me just show you an example. And for example, let's say that you would like to add some simple custom fields for your WordPress posts, and let's say you just want to add a SEO title, SEO description, so just some SEO settings, and it's just gonna be a simple text field and a simple text area field. And of course, the easiest way to do it is using some kind of plugin like ACF. And I know that most of you guys love ACF, and my example is gonna be with ACF as well. And just a reminder, right now we are talking about an incorrect way of creating custom fields. And anyways, here I just created a couple of custom fields, like a simple text field and a simple text area field. So I'm just gonna go ahead and activate this block, and then let's just go to posts, for example this one. And as you can see, our custom fields appeared in this section. This is like a section designed for custom fields, for example. And by the way, maybe you can even activate a default custom fields block, and I guess it's not available because we are using ACF. Yes, okay, doesn't matter. But when you create your custom fields using ACF or just any custom code in PHP, maybe another custom fields plugin, all of them are going to appear in this section. And in my opinion, it doesn't look really good. And it's kind of a way of backwards compatibility for custom fields for Gutenberg. And right now, let's just take a look at my own website where I created custom fields correctly. So I'm just gonna go to this browser tab, and here you go. As you can see, our custom fields are now displayed nicely in this sidebar section over here. But you can also display them somewhere here. So you can just add another section right here in this, I don't know, in this column. But you can also create your own custom sidebar over here as well, if you want. And in this tutorial, I'm gonna show you how to create it and how to stop using this way finally. How to finally stop doing it, guys. All right, of course, there are, as usual, different ways of doing that. First of all, I'm gonna show you how to do it using JavaScript and React. So I will try to show you the easiest way possible. I will do it step by step. So if you're not familiar with JavaScript, please do not despair. We're gonna be fine, yes. And also here I have my two guides opened, like this guide about plugin sidebars, like a complete tutorial, and a small guide where I'm showing you how to add these custom fields in this specific section, just right in this sidebar, in the post settings, yes. Because I just do not remember every code by heart, guys. And on that, I guess I can close this part, and also let's deactivate our ACF custom fields from here. And yes, let's just go ahead and get started. And by the way, guys, if you are absolutely sure that you're not going to use JavaScript and you are do not have any time to figure it out, just jump into the end of this video. I'm gonna show you my plugin where you can create these sidebars for Gutenberg using just simple PHP snippets. But for now, let's use a JavaScript way first. So let's just go to plugins on our website. Let's go ahead and deactivate advanced custom fields, and let's activate these custom fields for Gutenberg plugin. And that's actually just an empty plugin. Let me show you. So if I just go to the code editor, as you can see, I opened this plugin as a project over here, yes, and it is just a folder which has one file, and this file just has a couple of lines like plugin name and author, which is me, yes. Okay, and how can we create JS6 code in this plugin, guys? First of all, let's just go ahead and open terminal in your code editor like this, and just make sure that in your terminal your plugins folder, or maybe if you're using a WordPress theme, a themes folder, is displayed over here. And right now we need just to install a package WordPress/scripts. And by the way, in order to use an installation like npm install, you also need to install a Node.js. You can just Google install Node.js, and it doesn't matter whether you're using a Windows or macOS. You can just install it as an application, and that's it. And after that, you can run commands like this in the terminal. So we need to run npm install, and then WordPress/scripts, and we'll also add this key right here. On that, hit enter. And right now we need just to wait for a little bit. Okay, now it is installed, which is great. And let me just explain you in a couple of words why do we need that. For example, in order to show you, let's just open our tutorial about Gutenberg sidebars. And if you scroll down specifically to the sidebars right here, for example, here, you can see that I'm using kind of HTML code inside the JavaScript. And this code is not supported by browsers. So we need to compile it in some browser-ready code. And for example, we can create here two folders. One folder is going to be source, and another one is going to be build. And in the source folder, let's create an index.js file. And we're going to type our code over here, which is like easy to read. And this is going to be JS6 code. Then we're going to run some terminal commands. And this code will appear here in the build folder, and the code in the build folder is going to be ready for your browser to read. I hope I explained it well. And right now I'm just going to show you how it works in action. But first of all, we need to add some scripts over here in order to have an ability to run them. So it's going to be build, and it's going to be WP scripts build, and also start WP scripts start. And what's the difference? For example, you can just run start one time, and every time you hit save, so every time you change something in your index.js file and hit save, it's going to be compiled into the build folder. But you can also run an npm build every time when you want it to be compiled. So it's not going to be compiled automatically every time you save. And let me just show you. For example, right now, let's just run npm run start like this. Okay. It wants one more package. I don't know why it's happening sometimes, but how to fix that? You can just copy this error from here. I'm not sure if you're going to face this error as well or not. And then go to over here, and let's just search it from here. Basically, it's simply the first answer I found. Go back here into the terminal, and let's install this package. And that's done, and we're gonna run it one more time, npm run start, and that's it. And as you can see in the build folder, we have new files have been created. And here's our console log test, which I added here. And if you change it, like test, for example, hit save, as you can see, it has been compiled again. And here we go. You have an updated code. You can exit from this like by typing Ctrl+C, and then you can change something over here, for example, hit save, and the changes aren't reflected in our build folder, but if you run npm run build, now our changes are reflected, and more than that, after you run this command, as you can see, our code is ready for production. But when we run npm run start, we are kinda in the development mode, guys. And we can leave it as is because yes, we are currently in the development mode. And let's go back to my tutorial over here. So let's go back to the website, and then here. First of all, we need to add these scripts, so they're going to be available in our block editor. And I can just copy and paste this part from here, and I just gonna add it to the main plugin file over here. Alright, and we need to add a build folder, and it's gonna be index.js. And the same is here, but actually we are using a plugin, so we cannot use getStyleSheet directory URL from over here. So let's change it to plugin dir URL. And we also want to change this part as well to plugin dir path. Alright, on that save. And actually if there are no errors, I hope, we can go to our Gutenberg editor and check it out. And for example, in order to make it easier to see, let's change it to alert, like this. And then we go back here, and then to plugin, posts, I mean, and then over here. And as you can see, it is working, guys. Yes. And right now, we can just go ahead and add some Gutenberg panels. First of all, let's add a panel over here. We can use this tutorial. And by the way, I'm gonna leave a link to both of these tutorials below this video, so it should be easier for you. And we can just go ahead and copy and paste this part completely. So I'm just gonna go back over here and replace this code in our index.js file with this one. And on that, I'm just gonna hit save, go back over here, refresh this page. And here you go. As you can see, our custom panel appeared here in the sidebar. And right now we can add some fields into this panel. In order to do so, let's go back to our first tutorial over here, and we can just scroll down to this fields section. And here you can see a simple step-by-step. Include necessary components. And in our case, as you remember, we have two fields. One field is a text field, right? And another one is a text area field. So basically we need this part, we need to copy it from here and paste it into our code over here, like this. And for example, let's say that for now we just need these specific components and nothing else. Alright, on that we can save or not, go back here and just let's continue. And here actually I'm showing you two ways how you can add fields. This one, when we create a high order component, it's kinda a little bit of outdated way. And the second one is a new way, using useSelect and useDispatch. That's a new way of adding field. And as you can see, we have this text control field, which is gonna be our cell title, for example. But we need to wrap it into another component because we need to get a custom field from our database, and we also need to save it every time we save the content in the browser. Yeah, it may look a little bit tricky, but we just need to do it and to see it how it works later. So I'm just gonna copy this component from here and go back to our code over here. And let's just add this component like this. You can name it wherever you like. For example, I just named it by my name. And as you can see, Misha text control, it's gonna be a text control field. And basically it's not necessary to change anything here because this component is ready to go. And let's just add this component over here. And basically we can just type it like Misha text control, and then we need to type what do we have here? We have label, it's SEO title, right? And that's pretty much it, I guess. Meta key, of course, and meta key, which is gonna be SEO title. Okay, something like this. On that, save. As you can see, we do not have any errors in our terminal. Basically, we just created one field. We created a component for this field, which allows us to save this custom field metadata into the database. And yes, that's pretty much it. Let's just take a look at what we have on our website right now. So I'm just gonna refresh this page. Okay, we have an error. Let's check it out. So we open our browser console like this and check the error. And of course, use select is not defined. What does it mean? If you scroll back up a little bit, you can see that we have more components over here which we import in this tutorial, but I simply imported text control and text area control and nothing else. But here you can see we have use dispatch component and we have use select component which are not imported. So let's just go back and let's import these components. I should have a code over here. Yes, here we go. So I'm just gonna copy it from here and paste it into our code like this. Use select, use dispatch from WP data. All right, and let's check it out what we have right now. Okay, great. As you can see, our SEO title field appeared here, which is great, right? And let's just type something over here and try to save this custom field. All right, as you can see, post updated. Refresh this page. Oops, guys, this field is empty after we refresh this page. And why is that happening? Because by default, a new custom field is not registered in the WordPress REST API. But in order for the block editor to have the ability to work with a specific custom field, it should be registered in the WordPress REST API. How can we do that? Actually, it is just the first step in this tutorial, guys. So I'm just gonna hit register meta, and we need to copy this part, for example, this one, into our main plugin file, into the PHP. But by the way, we need to use a hook, adduction REST API init, and then we just add it like this. And for example, our custom fields are SEO title, yes, and also SEO description. Let's just add two custom fields at the same time, because we are also going to add SEO description field as well. Okay, I guess that's it. And let's go back over here, just in case refresh this page. Let's just type something, test, hit save, refresh this page. And guys, as you can see, now it's working fine. Alright, and now we're gonna use the same step by step in order to add SEO description custom field. So I'm just gonna go back to our code. Yes, so we have registered our SEO description custom field over here. So that's we do not need to do anything else in this part of the code, but we go to the index.js file and let's copy and paste this whole component just like this, and it's gonna be a text area control. Also, we need to change it like this. And by the way, we can add some more properties to this component. For example, what do we have in my tutorial over here? Let's check it out. Text control. All right, I'm not showing you anything about text area control. Okay, I guess it doesn't matter, but let's check it out here. I guess we do not need this part, text area control, label, value. If you're not sure, you can double check it in the official WordPress documentation, but I guess it should be fine. And also I'm about to copy and paste this part, text area controls, SEO description over here as well, on that save. Actually, we do not need an icon over here, I guess. Okay, now let's go. By the way, why do not change this to SEO settings? We do not need any class names. We can add SEO panel like this. Something like this. It's gonna be better. And go back to the post, refresh this page. All right, let's see. As you can see, we have this SEO settings panel over here. We have SEO title, SEO description. Let's type something here as well. Save changes. And it seems like it is working, guys. Yes, it's definitely working. So basically that's how you can add some custom fields to your Gutenberg. And by the way, maybe you're wondering how you can add it over here, not like in the main post sidebar, but create a new custom sidebar for these fields. Once again, we go back to our tutorial over here. We go to this register plugin part, and it's kind of similar to what we did, guys. Render function, but we can just we just need to simply change this component plugin document settings panel to plugin sidebar. Let's just try to do that. First of all, we need to make sure that we have this component imported. So we go scroll up a little bit, and okay, I forgot edit post. We need to import it from edit post as well, plugin sidebar. You can do it for convenience like this. And then you can use this plugin sidebar component over here. So let's change this plugin document settings panel to plugin sidebar, just like that. Okay. And okay. And by the way, I guess there should be an icon or something. We can change an icon from here. For example, we can use the standard icon from here, or we can use anything from dash icons. Maybe even this one, yes? Alright, in order to do so, let's just copy this part, and then we add it maybe here, and then, but we can add it actually over here as well. And then we go and copy this part of an icon and add it like this. All right, and then we add it into the plugin sidebar over here, just like that. Let's check it out. Go to our post over here, refresh this page, and here we go. But in order for this custom fields to be displayed correctly, we also need to use a panel body component. I forgot about it. It is where it is, guys. Okay, it should be right here. Yes. Okay. I'm just add it like this, panel body, and then we need to use a closing tag, just like that. Group 1. Okay, we can just type something like SEO settings, and we also need to import this panel body component in this part of our code. So I'm just gonna go to include components part, And as you can see, it can be imported from WP components as well. So I'm just gonna add it over here. On that, hit save, refresh our page like this. And here we go. As you can see now, our custom fields are displayed in a separate Gutenberg sidebar, guys. Simple enough, right? And also, I promised you to show you a PHP way of doing that. And a PHP way is gonna be a plugin of mine. So I'm just gonna scroll down to this simple fields plugin, and let's just install and activate it on our test website. But in my case, it should already be installed. So I'm just gonna need to activate it. Okay, it's done. Now the plugin is activated, and we need to find some documentation about Gutenberg sidebars. And basically that's our PHP code. So I'm just gonna copy it from here, just complete code, go to over here. Yes, basically I do not need to use this code, and I also do not need to use this one. So basically I just commented all the code we have written, and I'm gonna paste this example over here. And guys, right now let's just do some simple replacements. So I'm just gonna use a post type, post, name SEO settings, right? An icon, we decided that our icon is gonna be this body icons activity. Why not? I'm just gonna paste it over here. Now we have sections. Okay, let's just use one section, but it is not necessary with this plugin. And it's gonna be SEO settings, and we need to have two fields, right? Which is gonna be SEO title and SEO description field. All right, and it's gonna be a text area, and we do not need a section 2 in our example, so I'm just gonna completely remove that. And I guess that's it. Okay, we can change the ID, it doesn't really matter. But anyways, I'm just gonna hit save and go back to our post right now. And as you can see, guys, absolutely the same panel is now displayed over here with the same fields. So basically, if you want, you can simplify the whole process of creating custom fields for Gutenberg by using my plugin Simple Fields and this PHP snippets like this. But if you want to use a JSX code, that's up to you completely. And I just showed you how to do that. And of course, I'm gonna leave a link to the plugin, to the documentation, to the tutorials below this video. But if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. I will reply to all of them. On that, have a nice day. Bye.